Hi guys, Terry here from Vigs Test Creates. Thank you for stopping by to watch my latest video. I really appreciate it. I'm going to be making 2 cards today using a lot of the same supplies but a slightly different spin on each of them. So I really hope you enjoy today's video, and as always, if you like what you see, please click the subscribe button and the bell, which will notify you every time I upload a new video. So I'll see you in a mo over at my craft table. Bye. And I've come to my happy place with some gnomes, this lovely little Clearly Besotted gnome set. There's a die set that I haven't used before from Lawn Fawn. These different like grassy hills of different shapes. I've picked out 3 different colours of green textured cardstock. So my plan is to, and I've also got this stencil from Clearly Besotted. So my plan is that I'm going to make a sky out of using this, and then I'm going to use these to make a background, and then I'm going to have these little guys and this on the front, probably fussy cut and mounted on foam pads and stuff, for a Valentine's Day card for hubby. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to try this this Distress Ink, this broken china, with the cloud stencil. Maybe I should stick the actual piece down so it doesn't wiggle around. So how are you guys anyway? I hope everyone's okay in the current situation. I'm currently trying to get myself a COVID vaccination sorted. I had a message through this morning saying that there's some slots available at some places near me. I work in the NHS, so you know, I'm one of those sort of people that's like in one of the who'll be getting it first, basically. And obviously also I've got various health problems, so I'm really hoping that I can get one tomorrow. But it's just there was a phone number to ring and an email, and I sent an email and then I hadn't heard anything back straight away, and I'm very impatient, so I rang, and it just sort of tells you not to leave a voicemail and then goes to voicemail, so it's very odd. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, whether I'm gonna end up getting one or not, but we shall see. You know, I think everyone is sort of in the same position, just wanting one and wondering when it's gonna happen. I say it should be sooner for me because I'm working in the NHS and being at increased risk, but who knows? Who knows? I know lots of people have already had it. I'm really liking the way this sky's turning out. What do you think? That looks really pretty. This stencil is so versatile as well, because I say it's got this long edge that I'm using, and then it's got like all little individual cloud shapes that you can use as well. I don't really like that. I've gone a bit too dark there. Yeah, so I really like it. It's really cute. Oh, I think that's gorgeous. Right, so that's the first part. I'm going to be back in a minute when I have die cut these. See you in a mo. Hey guys, right, so I'm back. I've cut my myself 3 little grassy mounds out of the 3 different coloured cardstocks, which I think look really cute. I am going to stick these down with some glue. One that's handed to me, the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, and my my trusty self-closing tweezers. I know these are too big for the actual card in width, but I'm just going to stick it down and then just cut off the excess afterwards, I think, rather than measuring. I think that'll just be easiest. I'm not going to bother sticking down all these little skinny pieces. Okay. They cut really well, these dies. I was impressed. Yeah, so I definitely recommend these for anyone looking to purchase anything that looks like a grassy hills. Really quite handy. I say I've had them for like a year. I don't know why I haven't. I think it's because I usually tend to draw my own grass on, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to colour in the gnomes with alcohol markers, and then I normally sort of create the whole piece like that, like just with colouring. But this time I wanted to do and obviously a cloudy, inky sky. And I'm sort of going to do it a bit differently, so hence I thought, oh, let's use die cuts and stuff instead. So yeah, a little break away from the norm for me, which is fine, which is nice. Good thing to do. Keeps it interesting. There's nothing worse than getting bored. I mean, crafting's it's your hobby, isn't it? Unless obviously you do it for your business, in which case it's your business. But it's a hobby, so you don't want to be getting bored with it. Which way around it? Oh, it doesn't matter. Right, I'm going to turn the camera off in a minute. I'm going to stamp these gnomes and some trees, and then I'll be back in a sec. See you in a mo. So I've placed this cute little gnome couple here and the trees here on my cut down panel on my stamping platform, and I've picked a sentiment that says there's just no one like you, which is just gorgeous, and I thought I'd put that there. And then I think I'm going to add some extra stuff in the background. I'm either going to just add some extra little like pinkish or red hearts, or I might do something like stencil some bits. I'm not quite sure yet, but that's sort of how I've gone about doing this. So I'm going to take a photo of this so I know where to reposition things, and then I'm going to stamp these out on some card and colour them. So see you in a mo. So I've just stamped out the little gnomes and the trees and also this cute little mushroom. I've actually stamped it out twice using Memento Tuxedo Black, which is a dye-based ink, so will work well with the alcohol markers that I'm planning on using. I've stamped out two, A, in case I want any more trees or an extra mushroom, or B, in case I'm not sure what colours I want to do and I want to have some options. So I think it's often good to have a backup. But what I wanted to show you actually was yesterday I did one of the tasks that I've been meaning to do for ages, which was organise my markers. So I have a variety of Spectrum Noir markers. I really like their Illustrator markers. This came with this colour chart thing, which I thought was really useful. So I can identify which colours I've got already. So basically what I did, so I've got this, which holds X amount of pens. And I've got this other thing here, which I'll have to lift you up a bit so you can sort of see that, but which holds a lot more pens, and also this is tall enough to hold my tri-blend markers. So basically I went through yesterday and put everything in order, so in number order. So I marked out what I've got and I put them in number order, which is really going to help with blending. So, you know, if I want to colour a tree and use 3 different colour greens in the same colour family, well then I might pick one of my tri-blend markers, or I might pick, you know, 3 colours, just 3 colours that go next to each other basically. But that's the reason, that's sort of what I did yesterday, and I've been meaning to do, because, well, it helps me to know what I've got and where my gaps are, but actually I've got a pretty good selection of loads. But some are tri-blend brush markers, some are tri-blend bullet tip markers, most of them are Spectrum Noir Illustrator markers like the ones I just showed you, and I've also got some Spectrum Noir Classique ones, which have got the bullet end and then the chisel nib, but I don't really like using that chisel nib, but they still come in handy. So I bought these in a bundle at a bargain, so yeah, and then added to my collection. I bought some of them in a bundle and then just sort of increased my collection. So yeah, but in here I've got black, the blender pen, some greys, some purples and pinks, a red, and a couple of burnt oranges. So this is sort of like a bit of an overflow to the other one really. I also do have some more that are extra ones, which I haven't got a proper storage space for, so I've just put them in a box with some other things. So I don't know if that was useful for you, but I thought, you know, it might be, so hence why I've showed you. Right, I think I'm going to go for a tree, and actually let me get that colour chart out again, because that is quite handy. What kind of colours do I want? How about, let's thinking about because what's it going to be? So the trees are going to be about here, so they're going to be, so I sort of don't really want to use that sort of colour. I'd like to use some that are more around these sort of tones. So about AG1, AG3 and AG5, like an alpine green. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So, where are they? AG1, AG3, AG5. Okay, put the lid off now. I don't know where this box came from, but it is really handy. Alpine green blend. AG1, AG3, AG5. Okay, so this colour combination that I want to use so happens to be a tri-blend aqua marker. I mean alcohol marker, which is great. Actually, the light isn't so great. There you go. I didn't realise I didn't have big light on, so I've put big light on now. I'll move it down so that you can have a look at me colouring. I'm not going to colour all of this, I don't think, but I won't make you watch everything, but just so you can get an idea. So I'm using AG1, the lightest colour. And the way I colour it, as I've said before, is I cover the whole area in the lightest colour. Then I go in with the darkest of the three colours that I'm going to use in any areas that would be in shadow. So I'm thinking I'm going to put some underneath these hearts, because I think these hearts are like floating in front of the tree a little bit. Also sort of at the bottom of the tree. In here a little bit, I think. Underneath the hearts. By putting the darker colour around the edge and then blending out with the lighter colour, it sort of just gives it a bit more roundness. So that's the darker colour, and then with the medium colour, I'm going to blend the darker colour out a little bit. Because what we want to avoid is having any harsh lines. It's not the effect that we want to go for. We want nice, smooth, soft lines. Blend that out. Got little beards on these little hearts. And then we blend out that medium colour using the lightest colour. And this should give a nice rounded effect. But if you're not happy, you can always just go over any bits that you're not happy with. If you feel it hasn't blended enough, or the colour's not as deep or as intense as you want. I think that looks quite nice. Right, so I'm going to turn the camera off now, do some more colouring, and then I'll see you again in a bit. Hi everyone, so as you can see, I've coloured in the figures to go with the lovely background that I've made. I coloured the little couple and the mushroom in the same way as I did with the trees, with the colouring it all with the lightest colour, then going into the areas of shadow with the darkest shade, and then blending that out with the mid shade, and then blending the mid shade out with the lighter shade again. And I'm quite pleased with that. I think that looks quite good. I've just noticed though that I need to do the hearts on the mushroom, so I'll do the hearts on the mushroom, and then I'm going to fussy cut this out, and then I'll be back again in a mo. Right, so here we are, the final stages. I've fussy cut out all the little elements. I've just stuck the mushroom down and tucked it behind one of these little leaves of grass. I'm going to have the little couple around here. Make sure I'm in shot. I apologise about the state of my hands, by the way. I'm really struggling with winter hands at the moment. I normally do anyway each year. They get quite cracked and dry, so I have to keep on top of like moisturising them. But I think this year with all the extra hand washing and hand gel and stuff, it's even worse. So they keep like cracking and bleeding and not looking very attractive. So I've just slathered them in a nice moisturiser that I've got, which is really thick, and it's a natural one. It's by the Soil Association. This one, Ugandan shea butter, lavender scented. It's lovely actually, and I've got a lavender scented smelly going on as well, so it's quite relaxed at Chateau Vig's Terrace. I'm in my little happy space at the moment. Right, so this one was a bit tricky to cut out with all the little pokey outy bits, but it wasn't too bad. As I think having good scissors is a key thing really. And I did a video recently on sort of things that you need to have in your crafty stash when you're starting out, and obviously even once you've been going a while, like you'll know that a good pair of scissors is worth their weight in gold. Right. Yeah, like about there. And then I think what I'm going to do is put some shimmer pen on this heart and on these ones on the tree, and then put some glossy accents over the top, so that they're nice and shiny and shimmery, and have the the raised effect from the glossy accents. Thought that'd be a nice touch. So let's just make sure these are stuck down properly before I start doing that. Let's get one of my shimmer pens. I'll use this, so I've got this Nuvo Glitter Gloss Aqua Shimmer pen. I'll use that. I don't know actually, maybe I'll just put it on this one, so that can sort of be the focal point. Might as well put some on these little hearts as well. All the hearts can be shimmery. Why not? I'm really impressed with the way this sky background has turned out. I think it looks really nice, really pretty, and like sort of natural. I love these little dies as well, for the grass. Right, where are my glossy accents? So if you remember, if you watched my previous video on what was it, on my on the hugs card, the one with the purple blocks background, I used glossy accents on that, and I had a bit of a nightmare where it all squirted out when it shouldn't have. So I'm going to just test it on here and see how it's behaving today. There we go. It took quite a while to come out, but it has. So I'm going to start putting that on here. I think that's quite enough, and then I'll just move it around with my pokey tool to get it to go to all the edges. And then once this is dried, it'll be lovely and shimmery and also dimensional. So it looks a bit cloudy at the moment, but it'll dry completely clear and look really pretty. Just a nice little extra touch. Yeah, I think that's all it needs actually. I don't think it needs it on the trees as well. I'm happy with that. Methinks. Let's hold it up to the camera. Yeah, that looks lovely. Right, but I think we can call that done. I'm just going to tomorrow, once that's dried, I shall stick it onto this card blank, this Tonic 5x7 card blank, and call that one done. So for my second card, I thought I would try out the stencil that I received in the recent Clearly Besotted January release, My Sweetheart. So it's got this lovely pretty design of these hearts and little dots which make a really pretty pattern. So I've coloured some more gnomes and trees and another little mushroom, and I'm just going to try a different type of card. I've got a 6x6 inch square pre-made card blank, so I'm going to use some Nuvo embellishment mousse in cornflower blue and do that over there, over the entire piece. And then again I'm going to use these Lawn Fawn simple grassy hillsides dyes to build up some of the bottom, but this time instead of doing a cloudy sky I'm going to try out this embellishment mousse background. So I don't think I've actually tried using embellishment mousse in a background in this way before. Obviously it's something I knew that I could do, but I haven't had much of a play with my embellishment mousses. So I'm just opening this with a pokey tool, or trying to. And let's just see how we get on, guys. So I've got this double-ended spatula, and this stuff is kind of like, it's like a buttery consistency, and the idea is that you just sort of spread it on, and it'll leave a slight dimensional shimmery finish. So I'm really curious as to how it's going to turn out. Hopefully none of it's going to go underneath the stencil. I have taped the card on the back to the stencil itself, and then with washi tape, and then I've used washi tape on the front as well to secure the stencil to the mat. So I'm hoping that it's going to work out okay. So I'm just gradually doing this. So I'm not too sure if this is the correct or best method to use. It's a bit of trial and error, but we shall see. Hopefully it'll turn out something usable and pretty. If there are any bits that don't look that great, you know, I can always cover them with a sentiment or something, or a well-placed sequin or Nuvo drop or something like that. It's one of the great things about crafting. There's always a way to fix little imperfections. Okay, so the moment of truth. I'm going to carefully peel back the washi tape. This is a water-based product, so I'm just going to be able to clean it up with a baby wipe, or you could use a wet cloth or put it in a bowl of soapy water or something like that, but I wasn't that prepared, so I think I'm just going to clean it off with a baby wipe. So obviously I've washi taped the back as well, so I feel like such a complete novice at this, but you know, I am. Like I say, I haven't tried this technique before, and it's okay. So let's flip it open this way. Wow, that looks really pretty. Okay, I'm really happy with that. There's a few splodgy bits. Yeah, like there's a few splodgy bits where it's gone under, but for the most part, that looks gorgeous. I'm really pleased with that. So, yeah, we shall see what it looks like when it's dry. See you back in a bit. So here we are, guys, with the final two cards. So they're they're pretty similar in design and use a lot of the same elements. As you know, I've used the Clearly Besotted stamp set for the little gnome couple and the trees and the mushrooms. I also used on this card a little wiggly worm and a flower from this My Favourite Things Hanging with My Gnome stamp set. For this background, I used the My Sweetheart stencil, which was one of the freebies that came with the January 2021 stamp edition from Clearly Besotted. And to make that pretty background, which I will hold up to the camera in a second, just as a refresher, I know I already showed you this earlier, but I use this cornflower blue embellishment mousse, and it's really pretty. It's got a lovely shine, it's got a lovely bit of texture, and it's lovely. The card front is like a little bit warped, and I think that's because I've added I've glued all these panels on the front, so I think what I'm going to do is just sort of put that under a heavy book so it flattens out a bit better. But this one I just stuck onto a 5x7 card blank. I also used the Nuvo aqua shimmer glitter gloss on both of these two hearts. So as you can see, nice and shimmery and a nice glossy finish, with the Ranger glossy accents, and obviously for the hillsides I used the Lawn Fawn simple grassy hillsides, and the paper that I used was 3 different colours of this Do Crafts Paper Mania assorted colours premium textured cardstock, which is 216 GSM, which is perfect for sort of die cutting and sort of adding little things like that. And so there we go. I'm really pleased with both of these cards. I think they're both really cute. This one hasn't got a sentiment on it yet, because I'm not quite sure what I'm going to put on it. That could be a birthday card or a Valentine's card, or I'm not quite sure yet, so I'm going to leave it blank, because it's good to have some blank cards in your stash so you can just add a sentiment when you need a last minute card. So thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I really appreciate it. I know a lot of you are returning visitors and a lot of you have subscribed to my channel already, but for those who haven't, if you please hit subscribe, it would be great, because it helps my YouTube channel to grow, and for more people to for me to interact with more people basically, and it's great for you because my videos will come up in your feed. And if you really like my stuff and just want to be notified as soon as I upload something new, then click the little bell. And as always, please feel free to leave any comments or questions or anything underneath in the comment section, and I will respond to each and every one of you. So many thanks. Take care, everybody, during these challenging times. January 2021. Love to you all. Many thanks. See you soon. Bye.